Okay, welcome back. This is our second video in probability counting principles. In this video now, we are going to look at the concepts of counting principle. In last video we unpacked the counting principle, how did it come from. Now we are going to look at the concept of the counting principle in our second video and its principle. Okay, we are going to look at the counting principle, the concept of counting principle and its principle, and how are we going to calculate or going to do problems using counting principle and its principle. Okay, the fundamental counting principle. What is the counting principle? It is the quick way to calculate possible outcomes using multiplication. Okay, it states that if there are n ways of performing task 1, and then if we have n ways to calculate choice 1, and then there are m ways for calculating choice 2, then the total number of ways in which both tasks will be performed will be n ways for choice 1 multiplied by m ways for ways in task 2, because the choices usually represented by the lines, but in terms of counting principle we multiply for the total number of ways. Let me repeat again. Okay, counting principle is stated that if there are n ways for performing task 1, nginezindlela ezithize zokwenza task 1, and there are m ways for performing task 2, then the total number of ways I have to multiply the number of ways in choice number 1 and number of ways in choice number 2. It means the total ways will be n ways for choice number 1 multiplied by m ways for choice number 2 to get the total number of ways for performing the task. In counting principle, we multiply for total number of tasks. Yeah, but I don't understand. Understand after examples. Okay, let's just move on. Okay, example number 1, the concept of counting principle. Okay, we have meal can be made up as follows. We are making a meal here as follows. Okay, meal can be made up of choice number 1. Meal made up of choice number 1. Here is a choice number 1. This is the choice number 1. We have a beef in choice number 1. We have a beef in choice number 1. We have a chicken and we have a fish in choice number 1. It means we have 3 options in choice number 1. It means n ways for performing task in choice number 1. There are 3 ways to perform task number 1. Okay, choice number 2, it means for choice number 1 I can choose beef, I can choose beef, I can choose chicken, and I can choose fish. It means I have 3 options for choice number 1. Okay, choice number 2. For choice number 2, here is a choice number 2. I can choose rice for choice number 2. I can choose rice. I can choose mash. Do you know what is mash? You know only the rice, yeah? Okay. I can choose baked potatoes. I can choose vegetables or chips. It means how many choices do I have? How many ways do I have for choice number 2? I have rice, I have mash, I have baked potatoes, and I have vegetables or chips. It means I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It means I have 5 options for choice number 2. The question says, how many different meals can be made? It means there's a total. How many meals can be made? Okay, for choice number 1, I have choice number 1. I have choice number 2. Okay, for choice number 1, how many ways to perform task in choice number 1? I have beef, fish, chicken. I have 3 ways. Okay, I have 3 ways multiplied by. For choice number 2, how many ways to perform choice number 2, in choice number 2, how many ways? I have 5 ways. As I have said, for probability, in order to get probability, I have to multiply number of ways in choice number 1, which is 3, and number of ways in choice number 2, of which is 5. The total number of ways is 15 ways. It means I have 15 meals that can be performed. Okay, wow. Let's just move to another example. Okay, another example. The fundamental counting principle. Suppose in a menu, 3 possible options. I have 3 options. The first one, the option for starter. The first one I have option for starter. I have option for starter. In starter, I have 5 possibilities. The main course, I have 4 possibilities for the main course and 4 possibilities for the dessert. Okay, it means I have 3 possibilities. I have 3 possibilities for the starter. I have 5 possibilities for the main course, and I have 4 possibilities for the dessert. How many meals? How many meal combination are possible if you have to choose exactly one starter? I have to choose one menu. I have to one main course and one dessert. It means I have 3 options. I have option for the starter, I have option for the main course, and I have option for what? For dessert. How many possibilities for the starter? I have 3 options for starter. How many possibilities for the main course? I have 5 possibilities for the main course. How many possibilities for a dessert? I have 4 possibilities for dessert. This is the counting principle. It means I have to multiply all the possibilities to get the answer. It means now I have 3 multiplied by 5 multiplied by what? Multiplied by 4, and to get the answer for this one, 3 multiplied by 5, 15, multiplied by 4, this is 60. It means the total ways equal to what? 6. This is the concept of counting principle. That you need to know how many possibilities for choice number 1, how many possibilities for choice number 2, how many possibilities for choice number 3. Then to get the total number of ways, you will need to multiply all the choices that you have. That is the concept of the fundamental counting principle. How nice. Oh, thank you.